Everybody, it is the last Raider. Oh God, this is everyone's been covering the U.S. Star Wars: the Rise of Skywalker in America, but it's apparently hit China now, and just found this from Variety, and apparently it's not doing too good. Anyway, let's get going here. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is expected to be the biggest film of the weekend globally, with an estimated opening weekend of 170 million to 200 million in North America alone. But in China, it's on course to be the weakest performing installment of the new batch of Star Wars films. This is important because this is where Hollywood wants to make all their money at. They have officially screwed what should be a multi-billion-dollar, probably $100 billion franchise, and have now turned it into just a few $1,000,000. It's gonna suck, and it's sucking in China right now really, really badly. Apparently, it's not doing good, which is a testament to the poor writing of this entire series. Okay, I think the Last Jedi, the Chinese actually said it was an insult to their intelligence as they were watching it. So here we go. Let's keep going. On Friday, in its first official sessions in Chinese theaters, the film was barely crawling. By 8 p.m. local time, The Rise of Skywalker had earned just 2.2 million. That's bad. RMB, I'm not sure what that is. It's 15.4 million. According to multiple data tracking services, it stood in fourth place behind 3 Chinese titles. And yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You pandered to an audience. You put Raylo at the very end of it. You did things that weren't even continuity. I mean, I'm seeing spoilers now where Han Solo is a Force ghost. It's like, okay. Chewie is supposed to be dead, and someone said then he, wasn't dead, and all sorts of other nonsense that's happening. The Rey learning to use Force powers within a cinch, it doesn't stand with the continuity of the original series, and so, or even the continuity of the sequel trilogy. And this is just what happens when you, honestly, if I were to ever build something as big as Star Wars, I've said this once in the video before, I'll say it again, there's going to be so many concessions legally that will be placed on it. I don't care how much they give to me. This is what's going to happen, or you do not get a hold of it. I don't care about the price. Because what J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger have proven, and Rian Johnson have all proven, that if you give someone control of something and they don't know how to make it work for them. See, what's happened here is Star Wars has gone from a space opera, something fun that you take your family to political pandering and propaganda. Okay, it's feminist propaganda. We're also it's all inclusivity, wokeness. I think somebody put up a picture inside, and they had 2 women commanders, officers, who looked like Jabba the Hutt had gotten a little bit of weight loss and grew legs. Okay, they were so freaking fat. You're telling me that a military force does not have physical standards. All right? Oh, man. But anyway, it seems to be falling behind. It's being beaten by Chinese titles over here. Topping the chart with a comfortable 46% market share is the new release, Donnie Yen, starring martial arts actioneer. I think they messed up there. IP Man for the final, with 10.3 million. I've heard IP Man is actually really good. I haven't seen the series. I need to watch it. Second place belongs to holdover crime thriller Sheep Without a Shepherd. Don't know what that is. As I said, these are all these are not American films, so I don't know if they'll be seen over here or not. Sheep Without a Shepherd had the new release Only Cloud Knows, a whimsical New Zealand set romance from the acclaimed but tarnished Feng Xiaojiang in third. By 8 p.m., they had scored 4.8 57 million and 2.57 million respectively. So they're beating this. The 5:30 p.m. figure for Rise of Skywalker produces a running total of 5.8 million. That includes a full day of previews on Wednesday and midnight screenings on Thursday evening. The wimpish performances gives online ticket agency Maoyan reason to forecast a lifetime box office of just 18. That's bad because this movie was, they had way more money than that invested in this movie. This is a complete and total loss. They'll be lucky if they break even on this movie, considering how much they have lost so far. Just 18 million for the Rise of Skywalker. That figure, if accurate, points to Rise of Skywalker completing its China run with a cumulative score of less even than the opening weekend performances of the other Skywalker franchise titles. Other Skywalker franchise titles? What other Skywalker franchises? It's Star Wars. It's not. Variety is so stupid. And it strongly suggests that the Star Wars franchise may be in terminal decline in the Middle Kingdom. Well, it's in terminal decline because we keep wanting to be woke. People are tired of this stuff. You look at the way our country is going right now, and you look at the way China is refusing to accept the woke culture. Okay, so it's obvious by China, if you're going to make money in China, you can't be woke. And now you're seeing a decline in woke movies. All right, we've had Black Christmas, which bombed horribly. We had Charlie's Angels, bombed horribly. Pick a woke movie, for God's sakes. It doesn't make a shit ton of cash. And then you've got Joker. Joker, which is absolutely not woke in any way whatsoever. It is accused of being an incel fantasy or power fantasy. And the movie is just a very well written story about one of the most iconic villains in Batman lore. And what happens? It practically clears $1 billion and did with a fraction of the budget of Star Wars has had. And it's doing phenomenally well. Also, you have Star Wars here, which is that you have Kathleen Kennedy, all the four horsemen of the Star Wars apocalypse right now, going on there, approving the emasculation and destruction of almost every Star Wars character. I mean, the Millennium Falcon, from what I've heard, has been destroyed. I haven't had that confirmed yet. Someone confirmed to me if the Millennium Falcon has been destroyed. Chewie, we're now confirmed, is dead. Most of the characters are now dead. They're now Force ghosts or whatever they are. Luke Skywalker was made out to be a cuck, and now at the very end of the movie, someone spoiled up at the very end of the movie. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, they've got Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker telling Rey that, Rey succeeded where the Skywalkers were unable to succeed. She did so much that they couldn't. I'm like, how? How did she succeed? Oh, that's right. You brought back Palpatine for nostalgia points. Nobody likes that shit. In January 2016, The Force Awakens opened with a 52.3 million weekend and achieved a lifetime score of 126 million. Rogue One, the Star Wars side story that released in December 2016 with Chinese star Donnie Yen and Zhang Wen. I may have butchered those names, so don't hold it against me, guys. In prominent roles, managed 30.6 million. Well, there's the problem. They didn't have Donnie Yen in there. Donnie Yen is an amazing actor. Okay? He's an amazing fighter. They should have used him more in the Star Wars movies. And managed 30.6 million on opening. And a lifetime score of 69.4 million. In 2017, The Last Jedi slipped further, registering opening weekend of 28.7 million and a lifetime cumulative of 42.6 million. Okay, so take a look at this for a minute. We have The Force Awakens comes out with a life score of 126 million, and then you have a lifetime score of 42.6 million. And the lifetime box office of The Rise of Skywalker is just 18 million. Okay? So you're seeing a drastic decline. You're seeing right here almost it's being cut in half with every movie they're putting out there. With every movie of this trilogy, these movies, their lifetime budget, the lifetime amount of money that they're making is being literally cut in half every time. Okay? You can't have that happen enough to where eventually you have nothing left. All right? You've gone from 126 million to almost half of that, actually less than half of that, in 42.6 million, and now you're practically less than half that again at 18 million. And that's the lifetime box office. That's all the money this movie is supposed to make by being shown in theaters. It's failing. China doesn't want woke culture. America is refusing woke culture. I don't know how much longer Disney is going to continue this, but I mean, heck, they need to go in there and fire Kathleen Kennedy and fire J.J. Abrams, kick them completely out, and never let Rian Johnson back through the door. And then after all that is done, turn around and give Jon Favreau full control of the Star Wars franchise and let him just do what he has to do as director and directing chief. Because he's the only one that's going to be able to save the franchise now. Because he's actually proven he can do it. They've proven already with The Mandalorian that they've got the ability to make good Star Wars films. They've got the talent to do it. They just refuse to let them go. They give them little side projects, and the little side projects are producing more of a hit with both fans, both the fandom menace and I don't know what you call the other fans, just regular fans and the fandom menace who are in agreements, except for a few people that The Mandalorian is a good show. They love it. It's old school Star Wars. It's what we wanted Star Wars to be. And they refuse to do that. They give them the side projects. Disney wants to make money at this. Here's what you do. You get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. You get rid of J.J. Abrams. You never let Bob Iger and Rian Johnson back through the damn door. And you give it to Jon Favreau, Cho, and everyone else and let them make Star Wars. Okay? Put them on a film. Give them control of it. And let them run with it. And don't interfere. We've seen this stupidity that's come from J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson and everyone else. And it's not working. It's obvious by the numbers. It's failing. You're not getting the seats filled. Ergo, people are not going to watch it. They're not providing any ticket sales. And this is a thing that you're going to have to get away from. And I kind of want to blame this on people who want to believe in communism to some extent. I know that's a far-fetched thing, but communists do not understand making movies. They understand propaganda, but they do not understand entertainment. And when they see entertainment, what they're really seeing is, oh, look, something I can use to propagandize. They're like, I've said this before, they're like the Borg. Nothing that they get a hold of is for your benefit. It is to further the Borg collective. Your franchises, your fandoms, your geek culture are all planets. And as far as these SJWs are concerned, these planets are not places of entertainment and fun. They are resources to be completely hulled out, like the aliens from Independence Day. They go in like locusts. They hull your fandom out until it's nothing but a former shell of what it is, promoting lock, stop, and goose step all their SJW woke culture, and then you're sitting back afterward like, wow, it's not entertaining anymore. It's not supposed to be. You look at the Borg in Star Trek. They go in. All art is dead after they get done. All fun is dead. All entertainment is dead. All rights are dead. It's nothing but that planet now becomes a resource to promote the Borg collective. That's it. You're going to stop it. You've got to kill the Borg collective where they are and push them all the way back to their little enclave of space. And if you can, nuke that entire area with some sort of space-time continuum weapon or something. Anyway, it looks like now it's been predicted and everyone is correct. We're all justified now. The Phantom Menace is also justified. The Rise of Skywalker is a complete and total flop. If you compare it to The Force Awakens, hell, compare it to The Last Jedi in terms of money. This thing is making even less. Okay? Your lifetime box office score is 18 million to 42.6 million. Okay? It's making half that. It is even less of a success than The Last Jedi. And The Last Jedi is an absolute horrid movie. I have not gone to watch it. I refuse to watch it because I've seen the spoilers. I've read the scripting of it. It is horribly written, and I'm not going to melt my eyeballs out of my head watching shit. But tell me what y'all think about this nonsense. What do you think of the numbers here? Okay? We've got the numbers. The numbers are coming in right now, and they're not looking good for The Last Jedi. Last Jedi, in my opinion, I'm calling it, is an absolute total flop. Okay, folks? But tell me what you think in the comments. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And as always, be safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys next time.